In today's video, we are talking about Canadian habits that build lasting wealth. This is specifically to Canada. If you are based in Canada, pay attention. Watch this video right to the end. The first, paying yourself first. What do we mean by that? At the end of every 2 weeks, whether paid every 2 weeks like most of us do, you get your paycheck. You have to take out the money which you are either saving or investing. We'll come to how much you need to invest and how much you need to save. You have to take out that money first before you can pay off your bills, you can pay off your creditors, whether you're paying your mortgage, your rent, your hydro, your natural gas, and you're putting gasoline in your car, and you're paying car insurance, you're paying car payments. But first and foremost, we are suggesting that you pay yourself first before anybody else. Set aside a portion of each paycheck before spending anything. Second one is maximize your tax-free savings account, the TFSA. You can check and how much it is per year. I believe it should be like $7,000 per year. Check with the Revenue Canada website, and always, this is the best way to make your money grow tax-free. The third one is contributing to your RRSP early. Here we are saying, as I talked in another video, that as you come from college, as soon as you start working, start putting some money into RRSPs. Maximize your RRSP each and every year, depending with your income. The Revenue Canada will state on your tax returns the maximum you can put in your RRSP. Put the maximum amount. Do not leave any room. They say you can contribute $10,000 this year, depending with how much you made the previous year. Put that amount into RRSP. And two major benefits of that is it is tax deductible today and tax deferred tomorrow. At the end of every year, if you contribute into RRSP, when you do your tax returns, you have to state how much you put into RRSP, and the money you contribute into your RRSP is tax deductible. You get the taxes back, and mostly when you get that taxes back, put back the money into RRSP as well to maximize growth. And when you start to withdrawing, it's taxable, but it's taxable at a very reasonable rate. It grows into your RRSP tax-free. It's tax deductible on the income which you are making. You deduct that money you've put into RRSP. And also it grows into your RRSP account tax-free. The next one, avoid lifestyle inflation. What do we mean by lifestyle? As I talked in the other video, you just come out of college at the age of 20. You get a job that pays $60,000. That's your starting salary. You would find that in the Western world, as I said, they say your salary picks up your maximum between the age of 55 and 49. From 22 out of college, your salary is going up. This is your salary. This is here. This is your salary here. This is like age 22 out of college. This is your salary. It's growing up. At this age, 35, your salary reaches its peak and it stays there until 49. This decline until your retirement, but we are not starting at zero. Then from here, we are assuming now you are collecting some pension. This is the peak. This is the peak here. This flat curve. This flat curve is the peak 35 to 49, and then it's also start declining. It peaks from 22 to 35 from that stage until it starts declining from 49 as you go into your 50s. That's a point where we are suggesting that avoid lifestyle inflation. While you start now making more money, increase your RSP contributions, and at the same time increase your investments. You can invest in low fees investments vehicles, and you can also invest dividend paying stocks. Track every dollar. Know where your every dollar goes. Use budgeting apps. Use spreadsheets to not just spend money. We are not suggesting that you be a minimalist here. We are not suggesting that you be stingy. we are suggesting that you account for each and every penny. Suppose you are getting paid next week, say in 5 days time from today, you are getting paid. Sit down with a budgeting app and put some budget together and know every dollar is going to. The next one is diversifying your investment. You don't have to put your eggs into one basket. You invest in stocks, invest in bonds, invest in real estate, invest in other alternative investments, and reduce the impact of market volatility. You know that markets are always going up and down. We are suggesting here you diversify your investments into stocks, into bonds, into real estate, into other alternative investments, and you smooth the returns and you reduce the impact of market volatility. Markets go up and down. Markets, they go up and down like this. They go up and down. This is the period where you maximize your returns. Your returns are maximized here. Your returns are at their minimum. The returns are at their minimum. Maximize your return in order to reduce the impact of this market volatility, the up and down of the market. We are suggesting that you diversify. Have some stocks, have some bonds, have some real estate. And the next one is to live with your means. What do we mean by that? You are getting paid every month. You make 4,000. You can't spend 4,500 other money coming out of credit cards. No, you are supposed to save some money. You are supposed to invest some money. You are supposed to put some money into RRSP, and you are supposed to put gas in your car, pay your place of residence, at least save for the rainy day. You are also supposed to have an emergency fund. Spend less than what you are making. Do not spend every penny which you are making. Do not spend it close to maximum. Live within your means. The next one is auto your investments. That means talk to your bank. You're putting money into tax-free savings account. You're putting money into RRSP. You're putting money also into investments. Assuming that you are dealing all this with one bank, you set up with them that at the end of this period, you can say in 2 weeks, you can say once a month, they automatically deduct certain amount to go into these accounts each and every month. This is how you automate your investments, and you remove the emotions, the procrastination. You don't go clubbing with my friends, see that later. Oh no, I don't think now I can invest. Last night we blew up a lot of money, and oh yeah, now I don't think it's enough to put this one into exchange traded funds. No, you don't have to do that. You automate, and your bank takes that amount straight without you touching it. You spend the remaining amount. You spend the leftovers. That's what you go clubbing with it. The next one is keeping a fully funded emergency fund. The rule of the thumb must have an amount at hand about 3 months of your living expenses. Assuming that your living expenses are like 3,000 per month. Let's say 3,000. Let's say 3,000 is what you require to live each and every month. And we are suggesting that multiply this by 3. Thus, you should have 9,000 set aside in your checking account. This is not in your RRSP. This is not in a credit card. This is not in your stocks. This is in your checking account. In your checking account, this amount should be there so that in case just you lose your job, you are able to go for 3 months before employment insurance kicks in. There is a deferred period of employment insurance. I don't know offhand exactly what's the period, but I think it's 90 days. In that time you're waiting for the employment insurance, you should be able to live comfortably. You should be able to pay your place of residence, pay all your bills, and put gas in your car, and before either you go on employment insurance or you get another job. Rule of the thumb, keep an emergency fund of 9,000, 3 times your living expenses in your checking account. The next one is paying off high interest debt quickly. Don't carry a balance on your credit card. The amount which you charge on your credit should be paid off within 30 days. 30 days. Don't go forever making minimum payments. No. you are losing money to this credit card company. That's what they prey on. Do you know these banks which issue credit card, they don't get of transaction. They make their money from either annual fee or John and Peter and Andrew, who are always carrying a balance and they charge interest on them. This is how they make their money. Credit card industry of these banks that issue the credit card. The transaction fee goes to either Visa or MasterCard, the parent company. But these banks that issue the credit card, how do they make their money? They make their money from you, who is carrying a balance. You are giving your money to the banks. They are counting on you that you are going to carry a balance of 10,000 on your credit card, and they will charge you $150 every 30 days or every 20 some days. If a bank issues, say, 3 million credit cards, and there are 1 million of you, John, Peter, and Andrew, and Joshua, Mary, who are carrying a balance on a credit card, and they charge you 150, that means the bank is pocketing 150 million. That's a good return for doing nothing, for just letting some people who are not prudent with their money carry a balance and they pocket $150 million. Of course, if they issue like 2 million credit cards, the other million are clearing their balances, and you have 1 million of you who are carrying a balance, a substantial balance, or even half of that. If we say half of it, that's about 75 million. That's enough to pay for everything. That's enough to report good profit. You know how they make their money? They make their money out of fools who can't control their spending. The banks make their money out of fools who can't control their spending, who have poor spending habits, poor money habits, who have poor money habits. That's where they make their money. If there was no you, John, Andrew, Peter, Joshua, Jacob out there who are always carrying a balance on a credit card, the banks will go out of business. The banks will not be issuing credit card because the transaction fee goes to MasterCard, the parent company. The transaction fee goes to Visa, goes to Discover. But how do they make their money? From you, who can't control your spending, who is always carrying a balance on your credit card. This is how they make their money. Paying off your high interest debt quickly. All credit cards are payday loans, line of credit, pay them quickly. The next one is review your finances on a regular basis. Treat your finance like a business. You have to review your finances on a very regular basis. Sit down with a piece of paper. Say, this is how much I'm putting in a tax-free savings account. This is how much I am putting in RRSP. Where can I increase this? Always think of increasing up, never in the other direction, because you are growing up. Your money is growing up until you are age 60. Your money should grow up with you. But we are not suggesting that you be minimalist. In the process, you should also be able to give a little bit to the less fortunate, donate to that charity, donate to this cause, donate to a political cause, donate to that. But we are saying on a regular basis, review your finances and treat your finance like a business. This is how you grow your money. The next one is taking advantage of employer matching retirement plan or group. What we mean by that is there are certain employers that when you put your money into an RRSP, they also put a certain amount. Some of them might not match it like $1 for $1. No, every year if you put in 5,000, they might give you like say 500 or 1,000, depending. Some they use ratios, some it's a fixed amount. As soon as you contribute above certain amount, they'll give you this amount. That's how they do it. If you have an employer who does that, you have to take advantage of it, because if you don't do that, it's just leaving free money on the table. Say I put $1,000 there, say, oh no, it's yours, take it and walk away. And you say, no, I'm okay. No, I'm okay. This is how exactly you are doing. If a government sends you a check and they say, this is your GST return. No, I'm okay, I'm okay. No, this is free money being given to you. Use it. Because there are people, they don't want to contribute to an employer's RRSP, and hence as a result they don't get that matching group RRSP. The next one is you invest in low-cost index funds, exchange traded funds, ETF. These are low-cost index funds and with very high return, like 12%, almost like a stock that pays dividend. Whether it goes up and down, you are not worried. You know that you have this amount coming in your pocket. If you have 100,000 stocks of, say, company XYZ, and the stock pays, say, 90 cents per stock, you multiply 100,000 stocks by 90 cents per stock. That's good money coming in your pocket every quarter, because most of the stocks that pay dividend, they pay every quarter. If you have, say, just 100,000 and dividend of $1 per stock, of $1, $1, you have $100,000 coming in your pocket every quarter. The next one would be maintaining good credit score. If you maintain the good credit score, you save on interest, on mortgage, on car loans, on line of credit. In order to maintain good credit, there is no magic bullet to that. As simple as paying your bills on time. Do not carry balance on your credit card. If you carry a balance on your credit card, you are on the precipice of defaulting. We live in an unpredictable world. We don't know what tomorrow holds for us. Anything can happen. You can be very sick in hospital for the next 6 months. Worked with people who have been diagnosed with cancer, and then the next thing is gone for about a year. And is depending on workplace insurance, whereby you get 60% of whatever you are making, and at times it might not be enough. Instead of $100, you're getting $60. Or if 100,000, you're getting 60,000. Probably you'd build a lifestyle of 100,000. Now your amount has been reduced. I've seen people gone like a year with illness. Some eventually have come back. But now this is what we're saying. Do not carry a balance on a credit card. If you're carrying a balance on a credit card, you're on the precipice of defaulting. Pay off. Again, apart from defaulting, you are just giving away your money to the banks. Banks do not deserve free money from your pocket. The next one is, we talked about stocks that pay dividend. Say you have 100,000 stocks. That 100,000 stocks that pay like $1 per stock dividend every 3 months, every 90 days. Now here we are saying, reinvest your dividend, the next one. If you are getting this 100,000 every 3 months, reinvest the dividend and buy the next stock. For in about 5 years, you double the stocks you are holding. And that means your dividend will double. In 5 years, instead of getting 100,000, you're now getting what? 200,000. Reinvest your dividend, buy more stocks. Keep on buying stocks. Especially if you start building these things, which I'm talking about from this age 22, as you are growing up, then maybe you haven't started your family. Like when your income stabilizes here and you are doing all these things, by the age 50, you have built lasting wealth. The next one is avoid impulse buying. There are people who leave home, jump in their cars, drive to an electronics shop, start looking at TVs. The next, I need a big screen TV. Just pull out the credit card, the next thing they are swiping and they're buying a big screen TV which they never budgeted for. Focus on your needs, not your wants. Or plan for it. Just go to electronic shop. You walk in, you start looking at electronic gadgets. The next thing, you're buying a big screen TV for maybe $2,000. Now you have $2,000 on your credit card which need to be paid back. Avoid that. Focus on your need. You need, basically our needs are clothes, a place to live, a car to drive, furniture, a bed to sleep on. These are our needs. You don't need excessive things. Focus on your needs, not your wants, not big screen TV. If you have a TV to watch, which is at least reasonable size, that's enough. You don't need this gigantic, this colossal TVs. It's enough. Avoid like material things will always be out there. These companies will never stop making them. They keep on making them each and every day. The next one is negotiating big expenses like mortgage, insurance, on your mortgage, when your mortgage comes up for renewal, you can go to a different bank and say my mortgage is coming up for renewal, and then you negotiate better rate. With insurance, you can also shop around for insurances like the car insurance. You can shop around even life insurance, but life insurance you can transfer what you have to a different company without compromising anything. The next one is continuing financial education. You have to keep on reading books, attending seminars, listening to podcasts, staying updated on market trends. Right now we are fortunate there are a lot of TV shows that talks much about finances. There are tons and tons of books which you can buy online to continue to learn about finances. This will help you. The next one is buying quality over quantity. If you buy over quantity, in the long run, you save. Do not buy the cheapest option. Buy the durable one. Just like an example of a washing machine, you'll find that the cheapest will cost you more in the long run. Most of the cheapest washing machine not energy efficient. Put a little bit of more money into buying a better washing machine, and you'll find in terms of energy it will save you over time. And also, which costs you a little bit more, eventually it lasts you longer than if you'd buy the cheapest. You can walk to an appliance store and get a dishwasher of $300. But if you look for a dishwasher which is like $800, now you are buying more quality. You are buying something that will last you a little bit longer. Buy quality over quantity. The next one is plan major purchases in advance. If you want to buy like a car, a boat, all these things, plan them in advance and see how they can be accommodated within your budget. You don't have to buy them on impulse. Or give them in your time. Say like, right now they say I'm in January. I might want a new car next spring. And you juggle around with your budget. You see how you can accommodate it and how much of a car payment can you afford. You have to plan your purchases, your major purchases in advance. Never buy them on impulse. The next one, we are saying leveraging your tax credit and deductions. The amount you contributed to RRSP is tax deductible. If you go to school like what I did a couple of years ago, the fees you pay in school used to be, understand that has been taken off, used to be tax deductible. In a year I was getting back like a couple of thousands. I could pay say 10,000 and then you get back like maybe around 3,000-4,000 back from the government, which was very good. And also there are things like medical expenses which are tax deductible, and there are home office expenses. And now when you are doing your taxes, make sure as you are doing all this, keep your papers together. When you are doing your taxes, put all this in. You need to really scrap every penny out of the government back into your pocket. You need to be really penny pinching when it comes to taxes. You need to put all your papers together. RSP contributions. To medicals, I think if you are type 2 diabetes and other illnesses or the drugs, you should pay for that. And also some home office if you're working from home. All these tax deductible. Make sure you claim everything. Try to look for anything which you can claim as, so that you leverage your tax credit and deductions. Don't leave anything. Put all your receipts together. The next one is avoid get rich quick scheme. Avoid multi-level marketing. I talked about it in another video. Sign this one, who signed this one, who signed this one, who signed. Avoid that. Stay out of multi-level marketing. It's a fraud. At one time we had a lot of that being introduced to Canada coming from United States. A lot of these American companies, multi-level marketing. There are some of them still coming, but they've gone down significantly in recent years. Since the fall of a very big one, the one that started it all, it crashed down to its knees. Avoid the get rich quick scheme. Now you get some messages online that says, if I am to deposit 10,000 in your bank, what would you use it for? Simply reply to that, can you please donate to a charity near you? There are charities which are even spending money on TVs appealing for donations, and you want to send a text message to a random stranger. If I deposit 10,000 in your bank account, what do you use it for? Give it to a charity near you. Those are scammers. If you get that text message coming to you, that is a scammer. Tell him to give it to a charity. Choose a charity and give it. Set clear financial goals. Know that this is where I am. This is where I want to go. I need this in so many years. I need to do this. And sometimes you might even set a time frame of how much you want to work for before you can go into your own business. Set a clear financial goal. The bottom line, building wealthy requires you taking some baby steps each and every year, each and every day, till you reach your financial goals. Building wealthy is not easy. Stay focused until you build enough wealth. Thank you for watching, and subscribe for more financial news. Subscribe for more financial news. We thank you for watching this video.